everyone, Angie Wolf here with Ideas at Dawn. I'm going to be talking about how to leverage AI to draft proposal schedules. A couple weeks ago, I talked about this in an email, so going to show you some examples and challenges and successes when it comes to developing schedules, proposal schedules with AI. So let's start. Let me share my screen. And then we'll get started. All right. Okay. So, super interesting when it comes to this. I've been playing around with this for a little bit, and I've gotten two different results. So here we go. See if we get a new result. So a couple things. Let me grab my prompt real fast because I don't have it copied. So, one thing to note when you are doing prompts, some best practices. You want it to tell it who you want it to be. So in this case, I want it to act as a proposal manager. I don't know if it matters if you say what kind of proposal manager, if you say coordinator, if you'll get something different. But that's usually most of my responses is act as a proposal manager. In this case, what I wanted to do is provide me a proposal schedule. And then a couple things to note. So I don't have to teach it. And we'll do a couple tries even without this. What guidance I want it to follow. So if you follow Shipley or SMPS or APMP or other tool, or I should say, frameworks, this is where you can start. So that's why I'm adding this here. So using APMP's milestones and reviews, I say for which project. Sometimes it is intelligent enough to go find it, or based off of what it's searching on the web, that it can find this and understand that information. Sometimes it's not, which is why I tell, right, it's going to be released on May 18th. Let me add the years to see this and due on June 23rd. Be sure to include pink, red, and gold teams. I always say thank you and please. Just the best practices I've learned, and let's try it. So here's what it's going to do. It's giving us a release date, a due date, and then what's interesting is that it's not giving us any pre-work. So if you do want some pre-work period, looks like in this case, you're going to have to tell it to do that because it started with that kickoff and initial planning, pink team review and preparation. So it looks like pink team review, they're doing like a 2-day, 3-day period. Refining it, red team, prep, red team review, proposal finalization, gold team, which I don't love this, gold team review and final prep. So revise, I don't know if you saw this, but it has the gold team on the same day that it's due. So revise this schedule because the gold team cannot occur on the same day that the proposal is due. And I can't spell, but that's beside the point. So let's see what it does on the revision. Well, okay, not great. So let's change this. So let's do using SMPS. And what you can do is that every time either it gets better or you continue to refine that prompt, you coach it and teach it on what you want. So for example, what they call it, reviews. That was fine. I'm fine with that 3-day period. Let's see, be sure that the reviews are 3 are a maximum of 3 business days long. So if you have some standards there, whether it's or not 1 or 2 or 3 business days, that includes your review period and then your review. That's what I'm trying to coach it into and to learn. So what I do is continue to build this prompt and then reusing it based off of what I want. So what did it do? Okay. Again, it's like it's a week past due, so we won't submit it on time. So revise this schedule. What I want, revise the schedule based on it being due on June 23rd. So you can tell AI is not foolproof. It is not perfect, which is why there has to be a human on the other side of the computer telling it what to do and what changes to make. So it looks a little better. Full team review 19th to 21st, still a little closer than what I probably would want. But much better. So what I'll do, let's try this. So there's some other tools that I use that let me show you first of so a couple other tools that I use: Claude, Copy AI, Google Bard. Those are the majority of the tools that I use when it comes to using AI. Now there are some and you can see and I'll come back and show you what I've done this 3 times now, all different results. Technically 4, because I've done this before. So let me do the same in Claude. I'll start a new chat, give it the same prompt, do the same in Copy AI, do a new project, we'll clear it. And then do the same in Google Bard. And we'll compare, right? 4 different tools, same prompt. What is super interesting is that we will get 4 different results. So here's Claude. Claude I actually really do like. It's not great for developing proposal schedules, as you can see, but it is great for content. The content is also more up to date than chat. Content goes back to 2021. Claude is when I last read was up to date to roughly about earlier middle of this year, so fairly new content if you're looking for newer information, which once I do some other videos I'll show you of other requests that you can ask it. But I'm just doing a comparison. Right, we're giving a date, pink team the day after, red team 3 days later, another red team, another pink team, a gold team. Oh, we are now rehearsing and we're submitting. Oh, this one's really bad. It keeps getting worse the more I ask this prompt, which is really interesting. So revise the schedule to have only 1 pink and red team. Also, we do not have a presentation. Yeah, let's just start there. Yeah, I'm throwing in okay, throwing in the towel there. Okay, here is chat. So same prompt, it's giving me RFP release. what we're doing that day, a period of pink team review, which they're calling the concept. Integrate that feedback, a red team on the 29th. Integrate feedback, gold team on the 6th and the 8th, integrate feedback, finalize production, submit on the 18th. Okay, so we'll give it a compliment to see if this helps. This is, and the other thing they say is treat your AI tool, whatever you're using, like you would an employee. So giving them as much direction as possible. So revise the schedule to submit on June, let's say the 22nd. Okay, well, that's working. Let's see what Google Bar did. Pink team on the 21st, revise, red team on the 25th, revise, gold team on 29th, and we're submitting it on the 2nd. And this is where I would be getting frustrated. Why are we submitting this proposal on June? When it's due the 23rd. See, and one thing to note, I did not tell it to revise the schedule. Okay, so yeah, very frustrating. So let's see what copy AI did. I'm not even gonna go down that road with Google and Claude. So it still is having us submitted on the 17th. Didn't I tell it to revise it? Okay. Revise the schedule to submit yeah. Let's see what it does the second time I ask it. And what I'll do while that's still running is show you some other revisions. So I've asked the same prompt 3 times, all different results. Besides Google, the Google has been most consistently wrong in all of this case. So it talks about RFP release, team formed, review, draft, finalized, submitted. Which it wasn't bad. Yeah, it wasn't bad. It still wasn't great, but and that was probably the best Google has done today. Claude has struggled all day with this schedule in developing different schedules. So other times I've asked it, it was a little bit better with some proposal dates, but it also is adding like cost volume. Is that based? That's probably because it was Shipley. So adding some additional dates. But what I also did, and then I'll show you Copy AI, which the first time I ran it was the best, but not at the moment. So the very first time I did this, it gave me, I think this is, no, it's this one. It actually did the best here, where it gave me detailed information about the schedule, what dates, and it was very accurate with reviews, kickoff, development. But the more times I keep putting this into chat, it keeps getting worse. So let's see if Copy AI figured itself out. It really didn't. because we're doing a red team a week after. Oh, geez, and it aired out on me. Well, as you can see, they go back to that all these tools are all different. Copy AI just broke, but and every time I ask it, it's giving me different solutions. So keep working with it, keep refining your prompts based off of either SMPS, APMP, Shipley, your own guidance, and making these tools smarter. Because yeah, it can be super frustrating every time you do it, but it is getting better and it is a start. And that was my whole point, is that sometimes it's better than nothing to start from, and using that brain power to give you something to start from. So I hope